thing with garland, you want to buy a really good Christmas tree, and I don't ever work with real Christmas trees because you can't bend the branches, which helps a lot when you're putting on ornaments, and they make a lot of mess. So when I buy a Christmas tree, I like buying them at Hobby Lobby. They're always half price. And the one I got has a lot of character to it. So it has like these snowy branches, and it's got berries. It has pine cones, and it looks like a real Christmas tree, and without the mess, and I can maneuver the branches however I want. After you put your Christmas tree up, make sure that you fluff it all out, which means you have to touch every branch, move, you know, the different branches so it's all fluffed out. And then you want to put the twinkling lights in, and you can only get those at Target. I showed that in my garland video, so make sure that you watch that so you know what I'm talking about. But the clear twinkling LED lights from Target. So I use 3 strands for mine, but you weave it in to your tree and through the branches and not just wrap it around your tree. Also, you're never going to use beads. I see people like put beads or take ribbon and just like wrap it around like that, or I don't know, like this, I don't know what kind of garland it is, but it's like plastic, cheap stuff that you get at like dollar store or something. You want to avoid all of that. After you put the lights on, you want to start at the top. So like whatever you're going to put on your top, like your star or angel or whatever it is, I always add a bow. Again, that's going to be in another video. And then you have the bow like dangle down a little bit. And then you add stems. A lot of times we'll have stems come out of our trees, and I'll show you that in the pictures at the end. For me, I cut up these little branches and stuck them in different places, so you don't want it to all be on one side. You want, you know, one here, one like toward the front, one toward the back. So it's like in random places. Mine, I put this yellow kind of garland in mind, just to give it like more color. But most of the time we will use like branches. I have a smaller tree, but if you have a bigger tree, stems, like snowy stems, or you just don't ever want to buy stuff that looks cheap and not real. So you're not going to buy like sparkly poinsettias, or I don't know, like ones that have just glitter where they're just like swirls or something like that. So make sure you buy stuff that looks real, and then you will stick them in at different places. Hobby Lobby, and Christmas is always 50% off there, always. Anyway, so this one, a lot of times we'll put in garland, but you can also put them in trees. My tree's not big enough, but if I had a bigger tree, I could have them coming down off the tree in different places. What I did was I took this one, and it's a really long one, but I cut it up. So I had like, I cut like here, and then I would have a separate one down here. And then I just put them in different places. So don't forget that you can cut up the different florals and stuff that you get if you need to. Again, just put on different stems. A lot of what it is you're layering. So you have your tree, then you layer with stems, and then after the stems is when you put in your ornaments. These I got at Home Depot. I got the Martha Stewart ones, but I have 5 colors that go together. So I have green, red, silver, gold, and brown, and you could see them all in here. And the other ones I did was I got initials for each of the kids that I put in random places. So one for each family member, and you could put that throughout your tree. Again, you're not going to put them all next to each other, so you're going to have one up here, one to the side. So I always use like a 5-star pattern. So with mine, I will have, let's see if I can show you. So I have red, gold, silver, green, white. And so I'm never gonna have like a red and a red. So here I have a red over here. So like my golds never touch each other, my greens never touch each other. So you can see how I space them out. And then again, adding your tree skirt at the bottom. I put in one of these things, but a lot of times we'll put like a big Noel sign like in the tree, but like slant it just a little bit if you can. We'll get other words and we'll just, you know, put them throughout the tree, and it looks really cool. You usually want to have between 3 to 5 different colors on your tree. So like if you have 3 instead of like 5 like I do, what's like the other day on a tree I did red, blue, and white. So like 4th of July. So you want to do like a 3 pattern. So you'll have red, blue, white, and you're not going to do another red right next to it. You're going to want to put it more down. So it's kind of like doing a diamond shape. And then with their blues and the reds, they had a matte and a shiny. So I was able to do like a matte red, a shiny blue, a matte white, and then do like a shiny red instead of a matte red, and then do, you know, a shiny blue rather than a matte blue that's over here. So you can mix it up that way too. Your ornaments, you want to use these ornament hooks, and you could buy these at the store. They come in a little package. And when you put them on, like they originally came with ribbon, you will cut off the ribbon and use the ornament hooks. And when you put them on, you don't want to hang them like right on the end. You want to kind of put them in a little bit more into the tree. I would say like 2 to 4 inches into the tree, depending on where you're placing them. You can see it's out here. If you have like dangles that you want to hang from your tree, you can hang them off like the different branches that you have off of your tree.
So again, we always work from the bottom down, and it's easier for me to do a pattern like that, my 5-star pattern, and that way I know exactly where to place them.
Regular ornaments, make sure you get the big size and not any small ornaments. You never want to use small ornaments. And if you have like a tchotchke tree or a family tree, where it's like the character ornaments that you buy, like family tradition maybe, it's not going to look as cute because there's no real theme to it. So my suggestion is, my parents would always put a tree up in our room, and we could decorate the tree however we wanted. But we couldn't touch the tree that my mom was going to do because we would not put the ornaments in the right spot. So you could do that where the kids can decorate their own tree and put their own things on there. But if you have a family tree, if you wanted to have one in the basement and then do your regular tree upstairs or something like that, you could do that. But if you want to keep like your family tree and you don't want to get like the ornaments and stuff like that, I would say you could get some big ornaments. And what I did with someone else's tree who has that is I did the ornaments in her wreath, but then I tied in her tree to her garland using the same balls I would put, you know, in random places like the 5-star pattern, but then also doing, you know, the other character ornaments, you know, throughout it too, and still doing, you know, the bow on top, and you can still stick stems in it if you want, so that's an option as well. So when you put on your ornaments, you want to use these ornament hooks, and you could buy these at the store. They come in a little package. And when you put them on, like they originally came with ribbon, you will cut off the ribbon and use the ornament hooks. And when you put them on, you don't want to hang them like right on the end. You want to kind of put them in a little bit more into the tree. I would say like 2 to 4 inches into the tree, depending on where you're placing them. And you can see it's out here. If you have like dangles that you want to hang from your tree, you can hang them off like the different branches that you have off of your tree, or again like just